Alright guys and girls, welcome to the world of TinkerCAD. So this program is great for three-dimensional modeling, and we can create a bunch of different things within TinkerCAD. Hopefully throughout this video lesson, this lesson series, I'll be able to show you a couple tips and tricks that you may not have know about before, or if you never used a program like this before, hopefully it'll make you more proficient. That's our overall goal behind this. So I'm going to take you through step by step how to do different things: camera controls, object manipulation, grid controls, a whole slew of different things to make you more aware of how to use the program, and that way you have a better understanding of how to use things within TinkerCAD to your benefit to make things for your project or creating projects and stuff in the future. So first and foremost, after you create an account, which you should have followed within your page inside of your engineering journal, it'll take you to your home screen, or it should take you probably towards a one of the TinkerCAD tutorials, which honestly I'm not a huge fan of because they don't do as great of a job as explaining it as I do. So I think my way is a little bit more understandable, and I cover a lot more things and show you how to do things a lot better than they do. So I would rather you not do their tutorials, because it does end up crashing your computer and it freezes things up and you have to restart, and it's just a pain. We don't like to deal with those things. So whenever you do log in, it'll probably send you straight to TinkerCAD lesson. I would highly encourage that you don't do it. Follow my lessons. You'll probably click on the top left icon right here, which is the TinkerCAD logo. It'll always take you to your dashboard. And just an FYI, whenever you sign up for TinkerCAD, it always takes you to the lessons, but every time afterwards, it always takes you to your dashboard whenever you sign in. It's also a good idea to bookmark it on your browser page as well, just so it's easy access. And it's also highly, I'd say, appropriate if you would make it so it's an auto sign-in. That way you don't have to remember your password every single time. Alright, first and foremost, this is your dashboard. So you can think about it like this. Basically, TinkerCAD's dashboard is kind of like your Google Drive in a way. Now, of course, it's different in a way. You don't exactly have like your sheets, your notes, and all those other things that Google offers. This only has three-dimensional designs. So we're just going to be focusing on three-dimensional designs now. Of course, there's circuits, lessons. We're going to ignore all those things for the time being. Maybe we'll learn about those later, maybe not. And we're going to learn how to create our new design. So the first thing you'll need to do when you want to create a design is you have to create a new design. Click on this button here. Now your screen probably will be different than mine whenever you create something new. You'll obviously have a lot more blank space here, but as you start creating more and more, these are the things that do show up, and these are the things that you are working on in process. So the first thing you'll need to do when you create a new design, obviously click on the button, but if you did create a new design and you're coming back to it, you cannot just click on the screen and expect your design to open up. It'll give you a preview, or it'll say like your process or your whole thing is loading, and you'll probably be scratching your head wondering why you can't get into TinkerCAD. What I would suggest instead is just hover over top, and a few things pop up. This gear icon, which are like properties, duplicate, move project, delete, all those other things. We don't want to do that. What I would suggest is hover over top, click on Tinker This. It'll take you into your design. But first and foremost, we want to create a new design, which is basically what we're going to do. So click on the button. After a few seconds and after it loads up and goes through the loading process, it'll spit you into your first TinkerCAD file, which looks pretty much just like what we see here. There's a lot of things here, and please don't be overwhelmed. We're going to take it one step and video at a time to make you more proficient at this entire thing. I'm just going to give you a basic rundown of where everything's located. We'll talk about how to use everything a little bit later in the following episodes and lessons that I will be doing. First and foremost, this is basically what it looks like when we want to create something within TinkerCAD. This is like our workspace. First and foremost, this is our work plane, which you can think of it this way. This is like the tabletop from which we will be creating our objects or our things. So everything that we will create will take place in here. Over here on the left are the camera controls, which we'll talk about those later. If you want to go back to your dashboard, you click on the TinkerCAD icon. When you hover over an object or an icon, it'll tell you exactly what it is, and in parentheses it has the keyboard shortcut, which that's also a good idea to keep in mind as well to make you more proficient. So copy, paste, duplicate, delete, redo, undo, and the list goes on and on. Also, there's a couple of different icons up here. You have obviously your profile. You can share it with other people, what's new, shape generators, bricks. You can make it like Lego-fied. You can even turn it into like a Minecraft-like type version. But for the time being, we're just going to talk about the design, because the design is the meat and potatoes of everything. This is where you're going to be making everything, so I would suggest that you stay away from those things. import, export, share, basic shapes, work plane, ruler, and edit grid and snap grid. We'll talk about all those things as we move on through the whole entire lesson series, but just to give you a basic idea of what everything looks like, this is exactly what you will see as soon as you open up the program file. Okay?